number one reason why most businesses are unable to scale their Facebook ads to $1,000 or more per day is simply because they don't have an effective scaling strategy. And that's why in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you step by step exactly how you can scale your Facebook ads campaigns to $1,000 per day or more in ad spend, all without burning your budget on low converting ads, so you can bring in more customers to your business predictably at the lowest cost. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So as you can see here, there are some screenshots of us scaling past 1K per day in ad spend. But essentially, there's three ways you can scale. So you can either get more customers, you can get your current customers to pay more, and you can get your customers to buy more frequently. So that's kind of the main things, and that's what we're gonna talk about. But it's also important to mention that there's things like you can optimize your margins, you can shorten the conversion cycle, so you can optimize your gross margins. So reducing COGS, so optimizing processes, reorganizing your team, so things like that. These are supplementary things you can do, and they all help. They all helps a lot. But in this video, we're gonna focus on these three things because we're talking about scaling with Facebook ads. So let's go to the next thing, which is having a solid foundation. So that's kind of what we just talked about, but we're gonna dive into this a bit deeper. So first things, you want to make sure you have a solid strategy written down to scale your ads, and solid just business strategy, right? So things like positioning, right? How are you going to differentiate against all the other players in your market? So when you're small, you might necessarily not even have to differentiate. You can just run ads to the market that is not really aware of other competitors. They don't want to search for it. Maybe it's an impulse buy, things like that. So that can play to your advantage. But essentially, as markets get more aware, or you want to scale, you're gonna have to have a way to differentiate or niche down, right? So positioning is who are you selling to, how are you helping them, and how are you different from everybody else that's trying to help them. So who, what, and how are you different. Advertising strategy, right? So you gotta have an advertising strategy, what and when to test. So at Adsora, we have very comprehensive strategy, like of things to test. So we try to focus on like the most. So the first, like low hanging fruit, and then actual strategy, strategic testing, and we want to put resources into both low hanging fruit just to get profits, and then invest in profits into learning and testing. So content production, very important. You know, when you're starting out, you probably want to do things like in-house content production, micro influencers, content creators on Fiverr, and these things are very inexpensive to do. You can spend your time instead of spending money to create in-house content. The beauty of Facebook ads is that you don't have to have content really polished. It can be very like shot on iPhone type of content. Conversion rate optimization, very, very important. You wanna do some conversion rate optimization because that's kind of contributing to this getting more customers, right? And also getting your customers to pay more. So very important to do that. You want to make sure your ads and funnel are congruent. So maybe that means when you launch a different campaign, you have a different landing page for each campaign, right? It really speaks to that audience. It really speaks to their pain points. It communicates the message you want to communicate in the best way. And the biggest levers when it comes to conversion rate optimizations are about default content, so what they see right after they land on the page, and that will determine whether they're gonna consume the content, consume the whole landing page content or not, and essentially buy, right? So you want to think that way. And you know, that's headline, that's the videos, call to action button area, very important, high lever conversion optimization. Essentially, that's not even really going to Facebook ads yet. This is just before Facebook ads, right? So And we audit all of this for our clients. So we want to make sure all of this has in place before even we really like start engaging with them, right? So getting current customers to pay more or buy more frequently. So getting just customers to pay more. So this includes finding offers and products that lead to the highest conversion, the highest customer lifetime value. So here you want to check your historical data, check Amazon, check your competitors' websites, see what products they're selling, see what products they're upselling. Mostly going to be probably this process is going to be probably hidden with like email marketing, stuff like that. But you want to check your historical data, and if you have multiple products, see which products get more customers, what products do people buy that lead them to buying again from you. So once you have that data, that's going to be very helpful, and you can maybe focus on those products, on selling those products, and see what the CAC to LTV is going to be like, or better CAC to profit, to lifetime profit. So LTV is great, but lifetime profit, lifetime profit is better. So lifetime profit, try to lifetime profit over LTV. So that's very important. And so then testing new offers in your post purchase upsells to increase AOV. So essentially, when you're gonna scale, your CPA is going to increase. Your CAC will increase. You obviously want to do a lot of stuff, like a lot of testing on the ad side, on the CRO side. Let's say you found a winning ad and you scale the budget. You don't change anything, you just scale the budget. Your CPA will increase. You want to be in a position where you can spend a lot to acquire a customer. Dan Kennedy famously said, whoever can spend more on customers to acquire a customer wins. So if you have a high lifetime profit per customer or high average, which is the same, pretty much like contributes to it. So higher average order value, you can spend more, and you have also gross profit margins, good gross profit margins. So you want to calculate what's your break-even acquisition cost is, and you want to optimize that so you can spend more. And but you can do that by by adding things like upsells, maybe, so upsells and check in add to cart upsells and post-purchase upsells. So you want to test both. Add to cart upsells work pretty well. Or checkout cart upsells. So maybe things like insurances. So maybe like insurances or slight product improvements. And upsells, it could be more of the same product. So let's say you sell supplements, you can sell more supplements to them after they buy, or you can sell some frequently bought together products, right? And again, you can check your historical data. You can check Amazon to see what could fit in there, what people buy together. So you can sell them something that solves their next problem after buying the original product. So for example, let's say you buy a water filter tank. The upsell could be like more filters at discounted price. Like special offer or whatever. Then you wanna, let's say you have a product that's consumable. You can test different pricing options. So here, for example, like a classic supplement pricing, it also works with software and things like that. So you can give them a better deal if they buy more stuff, and that increases your average order value because they're like, okay, this is a much better deal than this, and this is also the way this framed is as per bottle pricing. So it doesn't. Like you can see, this doesn't really reveal the whole price, the entire price. Maybe I would include this price so they don't have to calculate this all, because that can just take more time and more energy in their heads. But I think something like this is worth testing. You can also say, here's like daily pricing, or like how much you spend per day, per week. This is just like 10 cents per day or something like that. So That's all when it comes to foundation. This is the main point. Very, very important to make sure you have all of these. Now, when it comes to Facebook ads, meta ads, right? So here you essentially have two things. You can scale existing campaigns, or you can scale by expansion of your audience, right? So you can you can do things like segment your campaigns by ICP. ICP stands for ideal customer profile. So you can have different customer profiles, and you can have one campaign per customer profile that has the same core benefit. So let's say you sell supplements that improve sleep. There's different people, different persona profiles that would buy that stuff. The way you would sell to them would be different, and it makes sense to try or test different campaigns for those. And it also makes sense to just have one very broad campaign that it's very ambiguous and big, not clear who it's selling to. Put your ads into different campaigns to hit different audiences of your product, that your product can be helpful too. Ads definitely needs to speak to that audience segment. So you can say, okay, if it's like for moms, you can mention in your ads moms. You can use creators that are moms. So everything about moms, right? That's campaign just for moms. It can be campaigns for like middle-aged workers, not necessarily moms, but middle-aged workers. And then maybe campaigns for like seniors. So that's kind of how you want to think about it. And ultimate benefit segmentation, maybe not the ultimate, but like benefit segmentation. So different benefits. So like sleep can lead to different things. You can be more productive. You can, I don't know, like feel good, spend time with your kids, make more money, things like that. But also just sleep good in and of itself is a benefit, the main benefit. So you might want to like test different things like that in your hooks, in your ads overall, because there's always like people buy because they want to solve a problem, but there's always consequences to that problem. So there's always like secondary benefits or even like main benefits. And sometimes and often people don't even know what they're buying for, what's the reason they're buying for. They think they're buying because they want to sell one thing, but actually the subconsciously or evolutionary, they're buying because their genes are programmed to do certain things. And you can communicate your subconscious with your ads, with your creators, with the imagery, and that way you can. There's a lot to be tested here, and you can scale into different groups like that. So there's also placement segmentation. So you can have campaigns with different creatives for different placements, like static images. So just basically images for feed placements. So Facebook and Instagram feed, Reels. So videos that specifically are proven to work best on Reels. Story only ads. So let's say you have a campaign that is only doing stories. And so that's currently what we're doing. We're experimenting with different placements, creatives that only work for that placement. Then you have carousels, right column ads, right column mostly text. So text-based ads that work well. Marketplace, let's say somebody's searching to buy something on Marketplace. You can create ads that would look good on Marketplace and get people at, buy your stuff instead of somebody else's stuff. So these are all things that can contribute to getting additional scale with ads. Once you find a winning, offer, a winning message, winning audience, and then the other thing is expanding into different awareness stages. So as we talked about ICP, so this is kind of the same thing. I would maybe put it in here. So there's going to be people that are aware of your problem. So problem aware, not your problem, but their problem. Aware of other products on the market. Maybe they're jaded with all the other solutions. They've tried all the solutions, and your solution is very different. So you're gonna want to communicate that to them. And maybe there's just like top of the funnel ads where it's like they're just like scrolling through feed, and your ad actually generates intent. They don't know about the product, they don't know about the problem. Maybe they know about those, but they're like completely not in the market. And you can just, well, if that's going to be top of the funnel, then they're not going to be really aware of there's different segments, right? But you can target people that are not aware of the problem and not aware of the solution. So your ad can show both. There's problem, there's solution, and it can generate intent, you know. And there's a lot goes into that, because you want to generate a feeling, and that feeling will make them buy, essentially. And then there's things like funnels. So new funnel structures, I would say, maybe. And that will kind of could tie into the awareness level. So there's like advertorials. There's like a lot of different funnels, like direct sales. So maybe just like a product page. And maybe there's listicle. So educational article, top 5 reasons why, something like that, top 5 reasons why. And then there could be just VSL, so video, someone talking. There could be a digital product funnel, so you can sell something, a book or some digital product in the beginning, and then upsell your physical product, for example. And again, new offers. You can, if you have multiple products, you can just test them all and focus on the one that's scaling the best and test all these things. But testing your offers is very important. And that's pretty much it when it comes to strategy and just expanding the audience. But these things are very, very important. I would say the most important things are even testing the offers. They're all important, but I think now they're kind of sorted by importance. Funnel is pretty important, but for e-commerce, I would start with the product page. But you want to look at what works in your market. So that's what I'd start, and then later on you can test different funnels. But this can be also this can have a huge impact. Placement segmentation, this also kind of ties into the funnel. So your ads will need to be congruent with the landing page. And that's pretty much it. But when it comes to actually what's happening in the ads manager, right? So every week or maybe every 4 days, you want to dive deep into your campaign data, identify the trends and areas of improvement. Based on the data you find, you want to test different creatives, different copy variations to lower your CPA. So you can just test different things, like more of the same stuff that's already working. It can be as simple as just a different color. Like, I know that sounds very basic, but we've seen that can impact things quite a bit. Or just, even rephrasing the ad, rephrasing the things that the best performing ad says. And then, once you see, let's say, you found a winning ad, you can just start increasing your budget by 20 to 50% every 4 to 7 days to maintain stability. And yeah, that's pretty much it. When it comes to scaling Facebook ads, you want to stay profitable, right? I mean, it depends on your goals, but you want to look at the metrics and incrementality of the things that you're doing. So you want to basically look at how much you spend, how much new profit you generate per week, or revenue, or new customers, what's the cost per customer, and you want to look at it every week. And once you scale to maybe let's say $1 million per month, you want to look at it day by day, or maybe 500K per month. And so it's very important to look at the whole business metrics. So as a business as a whole, like all of the business, very important business metrics. And, you want to make sure your new customer CPA is within your expectations and your overall revenue and profit is increasing. And that's pretty much it. So now you know how you can easily scale your meta ads to $1,000 per day. But if you want to scale profitably, you need to know how to properly analyze your Facebook ad campaigns. So go check out this video here where I go over exactly how to analyze your Facebook ad campaigns. And also, if you want my team to do all of this completely done for you to increase your revenue and profits by at least 10 to 30% in the next 60 to 90 days, go check out the link in the description and book a call with me to see if you'd be a good fit to work with us. And if you found this video valuable, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.